What to do in summers when you're a student and a human being at the same time? Well, we all heard that phrase, never give up. But how can we realize the real differences between taking a breather and breathing or completely giving up? Well, definitely, we're students, and students are all human beings. They're not machines or AI intelligences. They have to take breaks. But sometimes we have this gut guilty feeling about ourselves because we hadn't planned, and you just think that you are doing something bad when you're taking a break because you don't know what you should be doing after that break, and you're just between sky and earth. You just don't know what to do. Everything has been out of your hands for so many years of your life that you've been studying, and you just think that your passion is somewhere else. While you're not really aware of the fact that you love studying, but you don't know how to show that passion that you have towards it. Hello, my name is Elena, and I'm a student who believes in balance between work, studying, and taking breaks. And I would like you to join with me to the journey of success and becoming the best student ever. But before getting into the video and revealing some secrets about the study and break system, I would like you to subscribe to the new channel that we have made, and I would like you to join us to the study community of Elenia.com. Okay, let's dive right into the studying part. You mean you are not a machine, as I told you in the first part of the video. So, what is this gut feeling that you have when you take breaks? Why is this for? When all of the students in the world, at least 80% of the students worldwide, say that they don't like studying, I can tell you that if you learn how to have balance between breaks and study sessions, you're going to fall in love with studying. And you say, I'm a liar, or I'm another dumb person just trying to teach you some kinds of things that are not going to be effective for you, and I just want to get subscribes and follows from you guys. But it's not in this way. If you don't want, you can just skip this video, but I would recommend it to you because you don't know what I'm going to say in the next few minutes. It's going to be a very powerful thing if you stay and look at the screen that you are watching now. It's going to be really great, I promise you. If you didn't find it effective, you can write every and anything for me in the comments. Okay, if you see now, we have the column break and the column a give up position. So there's three main differences between break and a give up position that I want to reveal them all for you. Well, the first one is the difference between a break and a give up position. That is, a break will last for a short time and it is continuous, meaning that you do it between sessions, you don't skip it, and simultaneously, you don't want to change its period. It is for 10 minutes, it is for 5 minutes fixed. If you wanted to change your plans and you think that it is not going to work for you, then you can change the system. But changing the studying system is not recommended all the time over and over again. And a give up position is not like that at all. You know, the period isn't clear and it is not short. Sometimes it's really long, sometimes it's very short, and it is fixed. Plus, in a break, you enjoy yourself because you're freeing your brain and you're giving it and yourself a break. But in a give up position, you don't have any concentration for being focused on the hobbies that you're doing, since we need focusing for the hobbies too. And you cannot really enjoy because you have the guilty feeling. This feeling of guilt is the most important difference between these two that I will tell you in the next minutes. You do it between sessions, I'm in a break, but for a limited time. However, that limited time doesn't bother you. You don't say and you don't wonder, oh my gosh, why is my time 10 minutes? Can't I change it to 15 minutes? Then you take a break for 15 minutes more, and then you see that you haven't studied for 2 hours because that 10 minutes break of yours have become to 2 hours. And it's not a very pleasant position for any student or any other person. You shouldn't be a student just to be able to watch that video. This is for everybody who is working in the office or anything like that. But when you are in a give up position, you take a break every time you want, not every time that you have settled in your plans to. Well, this is something like a very, very narrow line between taking breaks in your planned day or in your planned month and giving up. Because in the plans, you should be based on how your brain and your body works and what they need. But when you are not taking a break, your brain will start to be very, very, very low connected to the other parts of your body, which means when you are writing, you don't know what you're writing, and this is why you mess up. So the second thing is that it is planned. I mean, a break is planned, but a give up position is the one in which nothing is planned. I mean, the most important thing is that you don't create a system. And let me tell you that the prerequisite of creating a system is being able to learn about how would you be comfortable. So you should know about yourself a lot, and maybe it takes 3 weeks for being able to realize which real system of studying will work for you. But when you're in a give up position, you hadn't planned, you hadn't created a system. And the reason behind that is that you are a moody person. And more than that, all of these students may be moody because we are in our teens. This is why we are all the time moody. But we don't have any control over our moods. And this is the first step. You should be able to control your moods even if you're not into studying. Well, opening a parenthesis, I told you that in the last tip, your brain should be very comfortable when you're studying because the plans that you have should be based on what your brain and body needs. But sometimes our moods don't really let our brain to think what is important and what is portable, what is crucial for me. Come on, brain. You should be able to use motivation and discipline in the same time, in the simultaneous way of using the comfy that you have towards the topic that you're studying. Well, the third and the last one is that a break consists of productive things. And let me tell you something that these productive things are not the ones that many students, at least 80% of people worldwide, think about. You should think that checking your phone and just taking a look at the news while you're taking a break can make you really, really better at focusing when you're studying and putting your phone on the airplane mode. However, it's not really portable because nowadays, due to technology, we are trying to do many different things at the same time online, and this helps us improve the speed of the studying. You can just study faster with internet. But if you check your phone when you're taking a break, if you just go to Netflix for 5 minutes, then you will see that it's turned to 5 hours. And this is not the thing which we want to happen. And the next thing that you think is very effective during your breaks, but it's not in fact, is that you review other lessons or the lesson that you've studied in this study session in your break time. This is the worst thing that a student can do. Trust me, I've done it before and it really was not the case for me at least. And I don't recommend it to you at all because your brain should be free a bit for getting your energy back up for the next study session. Instead, the productive things that you do during a break is taking a sleep. I know you might say that sleeping feels you sleepy after you wake up and after you want to study for the next session. But this is shown to be very effective in some research by college students in Harvard and Cambridge University. And I can tell you that eating something sugary during your breaks can make it very, very easy to get your energy back up because it will increase certain hormones in your brain that will make you be more focused. And the last but not least is that you exercise a little in your break, but not the heaviest stuff. It should be something like a smooth warm up because it will absolutely work with your brain and create new neural connections, which is really good for becoming and sounding more smarter in your next study session. Okay, as the first thing, I told you all of the differences between break and give up position. And now I just want to take you through the two-step guidance of mine for being able to definitely enjoy yourself in summers. Some tips to be in balance during summers is the first one. I just have created two for you. This is the first one. Well, the first tip is for high school or college students since they think they should study for 23 plus hours and just 1 hour of sleep. And a majority of them won't be accepted in exam because of their tired brains. And that is not setting so many goals. And out of your goals, at least one or two should be about something other than studying. It should be about your health, it should be about your fitness, because you shouldn't get tired of studying, because your mind shouldn't get tired of studying. Have you ever seen those students who study 23 plus hours in summers and then when you ask them, how was your summer? They say, okay, it was great, but after the entrance exam finishes, they feel like they could have done better. You shouldn't be like those students because they are not going to get great results and consequences from the things that they're doing. Instead, you should be able to have a flexible plan, and this is what takes us to the second point, which is planning in a flexible way. Imagine that your friend invites you to a party during summers. Well, I don't have any work with the school year because I'm going to make a video for that in the next video. It's going to be explained in that. But now that we're talking about summers, imagine that your friend has invited you to a party, to a goodbye party maybe. And what do? You say, I have entrance exam, I should go home and study. And you think that that is discipline and motivation and you are proud of yourself. But then you will see that you can't really seem to be focused and study a bit because your mind is always in the party because you limited your brain for it. You limited it illegally because this is not the thing which works. So instead, I would do this instead of you, and I would say that I will come. I would go to the party, I would be partying, and I would be doing anything that I wanted. But after that my mind was free of partying, I would get and study. I would get organized and then I would start studying. And this is the thing which works, and research has shown this to be even more effective than having discipline and motivation. Because it's not discipline and motivation, however, it's just the fake discipline you think you have. Okay, that's it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe. And I really would like you to tell me in comments what are your ways to study better And absolutely, what are some ways to be able not to get distracted by social media? Since I think this to be the next topic that I'm making a video about. If you wanted anything for me to make a video about, please tell me in comments and leave a lot of ones. Thank you guys. Bye.